3D printing. This week I wanted to find out what people thought of 3D printing. So I went along to the University of Wollongong and asked some students what they liked about the technology and what concerned them. Got some pretty interesting results, so let's take a look.
I think it's pretty interesting. I've seen some interesting ways it's been used. Like, I think I've seen one person print out like casts of their car parts so that they can be sent off. So yeah, I think like there's a lot of range of uses. And like it lets you produce things. So I feel like it could be revolutionary. It could let us manufacture our own goods in a way. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Hopefully one day 3D printing will be like computers in the sense that you can publish something with a desktop. Hopefully 3D printing becomes like that. That with the click of a button you can create something, with the click of a button you can publish something.
It opens up a lot of possibilities for in the manufacturing industry and for especially for like engineering purposes and stuff like that. You know, you can make like exactly custom parts without having to mass produce it, and that's definitely a good advantage to have.
3D printing is pretty cool. And you can make so much out of it, like from something little to something massive, and pretty much anything. So it's really cool. I love it.
I think it's a really neat idea. Well, not idea. It's like a thing now. So I feel like it can lead to a lot of things. I don't know too much about it, so I don't know what it can really lead to. But I've seen a lot of articles. I've seen TED do a lot of stuff with it. So you know, I think it's no harm can come out of it.
I think at first I thought it was really gimmicky. Pretty much just like making these tiny little figurines I thought was kind of stupid. I didn't really see the merit in it. But discovering more, I realised that it has such potential to be something that's used in households, you know, that's not just replacing a Lego piece or I don't know, making little figurines and stuff. So I think it is something where it has a lot of potential.
I think it's actually taking the industry by storm. There's certain things like in medical and kind of construction that people just haven't really taken advantage of with 3D printing, and I think it will change quite a fair bit in industries to come or industries that are already existing, and it'll also challenge, how do I say, just the whole copyright issues, everything. It's an amazing thing, absolutely amazing.
I think for maybe amputees, it could be a great innovation. They could, you know, be able to use their limbs, use prosthetic limbs from 3D printing. I think that would probably be the best part about it.
It looks really cool. I've seen it. I haven't seen it here. My old school like got a little 3D printer, and it just looked cool. Like is it that you put a design in or something, and then it kind of prints it out. Like I think they're doing like little key rings or something. I don't know, it just looks cool technology. I don't understand how it actually works. Yeah. It just looks fascinating.
Well, 3D printing, I mean, it provides a lot of opportunities, particularly for like small time toy manufacturers or just people wanting to get out small, easily accessible little material things. Especially considering I think you can upload just the designs for it, so anyone who has a 3D printer can recreate whatever you decided to design. So
I actually think it's quite fascinating. I don't really know a lot about it, but it seems quite innovative. Well, it's just cool how many different things you can print, or basically that you can print everything and that you can do whatever you want with the printer and not have to go to the store anymore or order it online or whatever. So it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just some of the stuff they're coming out with, like, you know, it started really small, but now they're making like bits for, you know, bodies and stuff that, yeah, I just kind of really want to see where it's going. Yeah, I think it'll be a really cool thing to watch over the next couple of years.
I don't know much about 3D printing. I do know that it's in BCM 112, and he brings in like little models and things, which is pretty cool because I was like, oh, look at these things, but don't really know that much. I have steered clear of 3D printing. Like, I think it's cool, but I've steered clear of learning about it.
Okay, so I know what 3D printing is, but I don't know too much about it.
I mean, it is quite scary in a way that it is so innovative. Also with all the different parts that they print for like surgeries, it's scary that you might have like a printed, well, probably not a heart, but like a printed some kind of body part in your body. And also, I wonder what like the major industries and businesses will do if everyone just prints their own stuff, if they will still like be able to sell their things.
With great power comes great responsibility. I think that if you, like it's been mentioned, if you can so easily download the codes for a gun and print it, and if it's workable, it does tie in with morals and ethics. I think there needs to be something to police what you can and can't 3D print. But then there's a fine line. What can you create? What should you be able to create? There's a huge grey area now there, so I don't really know. Yeah, it's a bit scary.
One of the things which I don't specifically know is what exactly the plastic filament that they use for 3D printing is, where that comes from. Now, because generally like plastics and that sort of thing aren't exceptionally like biodegradable, a lot of them, like the process for refining them can be rather environmentally damaging. So yeah, if I could find out where the stuff that they use in 3D printing comes from and just make sure that that's all green, environmentally friendly, then that'll allay the pretty much one issue that I have with 3D printing.
People can print guns. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
They can print weapons, and they aren't monitored. So it's kind of like America. Everyone can get a gun. They've started to like create parts in 3D printing, like parts for machines and things like that, which concerns me a bit because I'm wondering how reliable they are and if it puts like a risk on people's like lives if they're using like plastic parts for machines that they're going to be driving around in, which kind of frightens me a bit.
Not really. I guess there's like an inkling of like, well, what if someone makes a gun, but you know, they could probably go and buy a gun. So yeah, I don't know.
It's scary how it's evolving so fast. Other than that, yeah, I'm not much of a tech person, so I wouldn't really have much to say.
I cannot really make an informed sort of decision because I don't understand how the technology works. Like I don't understand how, is it that it goes from paper, you just put a paper design, or is it some sort of like a maths programming thing? I really don't know. It just looked cool when I saw it. I don't know, like, I don't know what plastic they use or anything. I don't really know.
No, I've been using it for a long time for like mass producing purposes. So I don't see any issues with using it on a personal.
A lot of people talk about making guns with the 3D printers. Personally, I don't think that's such a big deal. I'm more looking towards the positives of it.
Somebody could like scan that toy, get the measurements. I guess they could recreate it if they wanted to. So I guess that's a bit of a fear and issue that kind of arises with 3D printing.
No, I don't have any concerns about it.
I think it's more along the lines of it is a daunting process at the beginning. Like I'm doing my own project at the moment and it's very daunting kind of getting that final layer that you eventually will print. But I guess once you do get the final product and you do print it out, it is going to be beneficial for you. And it's just kind of stepping over that leap and taking that leap of faith to actually getting there.
When people use it for the wrong thing, I know people can 3D print guns or share the STO file for 3D printing guns, but the likelihood of them working is a bit dangerous as well. I've seen that they don't work, they blow up in your hand when someone's tried to print it, I suppose. And just the control of 3D printing. If people are going to try control it, then the technology isn't going to progress or evolve.
So there you have it. Some pretty varied and interesting responses there. That's all we've got time for this week, but tune in next week for some more 3D printed.